Welcome to the Nick and Nick podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Royalty Roofing and Siding. Crown your home and your commercial property with royalty. Today we have on the podcast, his name is Ray Harrower. He is the owner and operator of Artis Athletics. Now, what does Artis mean? I know what athletics mean, but what does Artis mean?
It's a Latin term for like technique.
Okay, which it's all about technique.
Correct.
I read through some of your stuff and it looks like you guys are big on functional movements and the value of the technique in those movements, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And also you're the owner
Correct.
and operator of Big Red Rugby?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, where that came from. I know obviously you can tell you're not from Omaha with your with the accent that you have. Where are you from? And then how did you end up in Omaha?
Yeah, good question.
Long story.
Yeah, it has been a long story. I've been in the States for 26 years now.
Okay.
So came over to the States in 99. I was born and raised in South Africa.
Okay.
A little town called Durban, so on the east coast, by the ocean. So the weather is, for the most part, 75 to 85 degrees year round.
Wow, kind of like San Diego would be here then.
Yeah, different climate. So learning the four seasons was new to me, and because we're in the southern hemisphere,
Right.
yeah, having Christmas at summertime is, now having it at Christmas at wintertime is a little bit nicer. Yeah.
So how did you end up in Omaha? I mean, why would you choose Omaha? How did you end up in the middle of America?
Yeah.
And what brought you here?
So I went to school in South Africa. I went and did some college in South Africa.
Okay.
And then
What kind of degrees do you have?
I have 3 degrees.
Okay.
I have a construction management degree, a real estate management degree, and a sports management degree.
Okay. Interesting.
And a few other certifications. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got my sports management degree in South Africa. I was trying to figure out who I wanted to be.
Yeah, I get that.
So I wanted to go to Tibet and talk to the monks and be like, hey, who am I?
Are you serious here?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is a good story here.
Yeah.
Okay. Jim told me it would be a great story, so thanks for being here and thanks for sharing it. So you're serious about the Tibet thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was, was bored in my own town and was like, I need to figure stuff out.
How old were you at the time?
21.
Okay.
Yeah, 21. And so I said, I'm going to go do this. And I lived in this big house, like 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, right on the ocean. And I rented a room. And one of the gentlemen that were there, he was about 10 years my senior.
Okay.
And he's like, Ray, and he owned his own construction company. And he's like, Ray, why don't you keep your money? Why don't you start west, work, say in America or some other place, and then use that money that you work and travel with that money, and then keep your money at home. I'm like, that's a pretty
So
smart
this
idea.
was in Tibet that you ran into this guy?
No,
Okay.
back in South Africa.
Okay.
When I was living in South Africa, I lived in what you call like a commune.
Okay.
People from all ages. I was the youngest, anywhere from like 21 to 50.
Okay.
All professionals in a mansion-like place on the beach, and so I was one of the guys that was living there, and he's like, "Yeah, keep your money. Go west. I got a hookup for you. Let's see if I can hook you up." And that hookup was a summer camp in Minnesota.
Okay.
He was a camp counselor there like 10 years earlier, and he's like, "Yeah, you need to do this." So I said, "Okay." So he got me an interview with the summer camp.
Okay.
And I got on the phone, talked to them. They screened me. They said, "Yep, let's hire you
Wow.
as a camp counselor." And then I had to figure out how to pay for a plane ride over to America.
24-hour plane ride, or what is it?
27
Plane ride?
and layovers.
Okay.
So I think it's about a 17-hour flight from Johannesburg to JFK.
Okay.
Yeah,
How many times have you made that trip back and forth since then?
quite a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So where does the Tibet thing come in?
Well, I was going to go to Tibet.
Okay.
And he said, don't go to Tibet. Don't go to Tibet first. Go west
Okay.
and then work your way east to Tibet
Okay.
and keep your money.
Okay. I get it now.
I was like, oh, okay. All right, fine. I'll do that.
So you started at a camp, some kind of
Worked at a camp.
kids camp,
Yeah.
rugby camp. Where does rugby fit in this whole thing?
Well, I went over to teach rugby and karate, and then
In Minnesota?
in Minnesota
Okay.
at like an all-skills summer camp. They had
Okay.
like sailing and fishing and kayaking and archery and you name it, horseback riding, soccer,
Yeah.
all the sports. So it's a sports-based camp.
Okay.
And I taught 2 different sports when I was there.
Okay.
And I met my wife there.
At the camp?
At the camp. She was a camp counselor.
Okay.
So there's a lake and there's a boys' camp and a girls' camp. And she was at the girls' camp. And I met her. And then my trajectory of where I wanted to go in terms of Tibet shifted to Omaha.
Because she's from Omaha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Born and raised?
Born and raised, yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of a roundabout way to get here, and that's why you're here?
Yeah.
And then this was, how long have you been in Omaha?
I finally came over about a year or so later. We got married, and I lived in Lincoln for a little bit, and then Omaha for a little bit, and then we moved to Colorado for about 5 or so years,
Okay.
and then we moved to California for about the same time, and then came back kind of around 2008, 2009, and have been here ever since.
Okay. And you mentioned a little bit about your certifications. You also do karate. What else are you doing? What are you certified in specifically for those that?
Well, so I was in the real estate and construction game for about 20 years.
Okay.
And so there's a bunch of certifications behind that.
In that arena, not in the athletic or?
I've got various coaching certifications from S&C to just referee certifications, coaching certifications.
The whole deal, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been coaching rugby for over 25 years.
Now, did you play rugby? I'm assuming. At what level did you play?
I played.
Was this in South Africa
in South
or
Africa.
here? Okay.
Yeah, I played when I was a little kid, all the way through high school, Division 1, college Division 1. And
Where
then
at?
in Durban, in South Africa.
Okay. So they have Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and then same type of deal there?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then for a minute or two, I played, got paid to play. It wasn't quite professional then because professionalism in rugby wasn't
A thing?
around. And kind of in that early to mid 90s is when professionalism came about. So missed that opportunity, but that's because I got injured and couldn't play in the game anymore. But
Imagine that, getting injured in rugby. I'm a chiropractor. I just retired a couple months ago, but I used to practice with a chiropractor. He practiced with us, and he was a rugby player. You would be surprised by the number of rugby players. They were coming in like clockwork. One injury after another. I mean, injury-ridden sport for sure.
Yeah. Well, that leads me to, kind of some of the things that I took from that experience.
Yes.
Number one, heal up first before you go back to play. Don't think that
as much as you possibly can, right? I mean,
right. Certain injuries you really want them to properly heal. Dislocations and those types of things. So, and then the strength and conditioning side of it, like really get the stretching and the strengthening piece into it, do the rehab correctly for those major injuries, and then make sure your technique in your sport is good.
Right. So, did you actually utilize those other degrees that you've had? Did you use real estate? Did you use construction management, or did you just start your business in the sport and the athletic sporting?
So when I came to States, I was going to try and do the sports management stuff. There wasn't much opportunity there, so I got into the construction industry.
Okay.
And started as a laborer, working for a company in town or Lincoln called Samson Construction for a number of years.
Big one.
And sort of worked my way up and figured the labor was great, but my brain wasn't as stimulated.
Okay.
And so I decided I needed to educate myself in the construction world.
Okay.
And then about that time, we moved to Colorado. And so I found a company that I could do. It was a construction consulting firm that I could apply, I could learn from. So I worked for them full time, and then I studied at a university in Denver, the University of Denver.
Okay.
And they offered 2 degrees. So I went and got those 2 degrees.
Related to construction management?
Construction management was one, and then the other one was real estate management.
So then when and why did you pivot from those industries into what you're doing now? What led that pivot?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So,
Because I'm in there now. I'm pivoting now. I've been doing chiropractic for 30 years. I just retired, so now I'm pivoting and trying to find myself in a different new landscape that's unfamiliar. You know, when you've been doing the same thing for such a long time, and it can be a bit challenging to reinvent yourself I'm 51 now, so.
Yeah, we're close in age.
Okay.
Yeah. Long story short, just got kind of bored. I like to be challenged. Well, the industry, you know, it's almost like the same thing.
Were you doing commercial or residential construction work?
Everything.
Oh, okay.
Everything from, I don't know, like a tilt-up industrial building to a $1 billion master plan community. So everything really. So that was, in and of itself, the variety was great. Just had done a lot of it for a long time. But about, you know, when I came back to Omaha, a friend of mine asked me to help coach the men's rugby club. So I helped coach them, and we did pretty well for quite a period of time.
Was that the Goats or whatever?
Yeah, it was the Goats men's club.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I figured out was that there wasn't really a solid feeder program in town. So I thought, well, how do we do that? And I figured, well, let's start a youth program where you can allow them to then funnel up into the high school, collegiate club levels and just have this organic funnel going through, kind of like a lead gen type funnel.
So the rugby preceded the Artis.
Correct.
Okay.
And so I'll get to that in a second. So I took about 7 weeks off while I was still working with the other company, and I wrote the Big Red Rugby business plan, and then we put it into action. And because there was a need out there that wasn't being fulfilled.
Was there another feeder program, or you were it? Big Red was it?
Big Red Rugby is it.
How about today?
We now have another club in Grand Island area called the Tri-Cities.
Okay.
That started with us, and then they ventured to be their own independent club, which was what we want. We want more of that.
Yeah.
And so they've done a great job of recruiting and getting kids. And we also operate a league for the youth. And so
this is full contact rugby, like what we see on TV. The kids do practice that same level of rugby.
We have kids that are 5 years old all the way up to 14 in the youth program.
Okay.
And up till 10, they're only playing flag.
Oh, okay.
We just want them to run and catch and pass and learn how to kick and enjoy the game.
Yeah.
And then
move.
Yeah. And then we start teaching them the tackle techniques and get them in the contact world. Yeah.
Is that where Artis came from? Then was it born out of the rugby?
Yeah.
And you talked about technique in rugby, which translates into technique and when you're working out as well. Is that where the Artis athletics came out of? Was it born or kind of birthed or visualized out of the rugby?
Yes. So I was a member at a CrossFit gym, which was the place down the road.
This one, where you're at currently?
Yeah, was a CrossFit gym.
Okay.
So I was a member there for quite a period of time, and when we had the rugby program going, we got a few kids into an academy so that they could, you know, also not only play the game but also get strong and fit. So we were renting space and using the trainers there.
Okay.
And so we said, okay, that sounds interesting. Let's take this further. And at that time when I was transitioning away from my other career, the owners of the place said, we want to sell.
Okay.
Would you be interested in buying? And it fit into the concept of, you know, the academy.
Okay.
Plus we had immediate residual income coming in.
They had an existing book of business that you were purchasing?
Yep.
Okay.
And the community was very much aligned. It's all about community.
Yes, I've seen that on there. You talk about bond and your...
Yeah. And so that's where the synergy came in. And I thought we could do that and then take that athleticism and grow the athleticism. And at the same time, you know, families can come in and do the same thing as well. So we pivoted, we got rid of the name CrossFit. And we went into, we believe everybody who goes through life generally as an athlete or wants to be an athlete or strives to be an athlete.
In some form.
Yeah, athletic of some sort. And so we want people to kind of have that same feeling again of being athletic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folks kind of our age that were, and maybe life has taken them a different direction. And so we said, well, come on back in, let's meet you where you're at, and let's get you moving again, and let's put some skeletal muscle back on and keep you strong for life.
So did you actually purchase the CrossFit gym, change the name,
Yep.
reinvented it in this athletic,
Yep.
based in rugby
Yep.
and other sports as well?
Yep.
What other football? I mean,
We've got volleyball players that are there. We've got basketball players that are training with us. We have track runners that train with us. So quite a few different sports.
talk to me about the transition from working for the construction business into being self-employed. What drove you to taking that risk? Because, I mean, I don't know if you took out a loan to buy the place, or obviously you're renting the place, or maybe you own the building, I don't know. But obviously there's a certain level of risk that not everybody's has the capacity or the desire.
So in my real estate and construction world, the company I was working for was owned by one person. Well, actually it was three partners, and they separated and then one, and we stuck with the one. It was his creation.
Okay.
And so I was getting to, those levels where you're at the C-suite level, and it's good money, but it wasn't my creation.
You weren't fulfilled, right?
No. So that's where I kind of was like, this is boring.
Right.
That's where when I sat down and wrote the rugby program, the concept was to start a league, have a feeder program, build as many clubs as we can out there to grow the program, the game, and then hopefully, as we do that, move into some real estate transactions where we have a facility for people to play and train, and also maybe have some tournaments where we can host, so that we, keep it going.
So this is the big idea you just explained to me. Where are you at in that big idea?
We've got the league going. We're year 10 next season.
Okay.
For the rugby league. We're looking at some parcels of land right now. We have a few in mind that we want, and then if that works out, then we'll piece it all together, put all the financing in place, and then build it out.
Wow.
But that'll also encompass another need, which is practice places for like basketball teams, practice places for lacrosse teams, indoors and outdoors.
That's at a premium here.
Yeah.
In Omaha, at least. Yeah. Everybody's fighting over gym space and practice facilities, and it's at a premium. But okay, so that now we're here. How has rugby, what has translated from what you've learned in rugby and you've applied to your business and to your entrepreneurship and to your day-to-day operations, things that you've learned, maybe your grit, maybe your mental toughness, your resilience, I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah.
What has translated over the years?
It's a good question. I mean, our motto is train, play, bond.
Yes.
So if you think about training hard, and then you play hard, and then you connect as a community, I think that's a lot of life skills already embedded in those words. But rugby is a game of grit. And so from a business side of things, I don't think it's good to look at a short-term picture. I think it's good to look long-term.
Yes.
Because when you do, you see trends. And so you can see the peaks and the valleys, and sometimes you go through the peaks, sometimes you go through the valleys, but then you look at what that trend looks like, and you can understand really where you're at.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, fighting through that is where you really succeed. And if it's enough of your own creation that you can continue to build on, that's why we do it.
That's twice you've mentioned your own creation, something that's you've birthed or something that's come out of you. What is the value in that for you? Why is that such a value proposition that you gave birth to something that, because I gave birth to something too, a business, and I just sold it. And I had a hard time. For years, I was looking for somebody to hand the baby over to.
Yeah.
That we birthed and that we nurtured and that we fed and that we, for 30 years, and we finally handed the baby off to someone. What's the value in you creating something and owning it, and hopefully one day passing it on as well, whether it's to your kids or to...
I just had a very similar conversation with a good friend of mine about, handing things off.
Yes.
And I think there are people who can receive that well and take things to the next level. And the hope would be if we do that people do that. And that's, on the other flip side, it's okay if it's just yours.
Right.
And then if it ends with you, it ends with you, right? That's okay too.
That's okay.
And I say that mainly because, if I would hand the keys over to our kids, right? Would they have the same drive and grit and belief system to take what it is and make it something greater?
Right.
Or not?
Right.
Or is it incumbent upon them to find their own creation?
Sure.
And find their journey and truth in what they want to do? So it's a very tough question.
Where did that mindset for you come from? Father, mentor, coach, mother? Somebody, the guy that sent you from South Africa to Minnesota?
Yeah.
To create something that you own, to nurture it, to develop it, to scale it. Because honestly, I'm a better number 2 than I am a number 1. I'm better at, I wouldn't say I'm better at it, but I seem to be more passionate. I'm learning this about myself at 51. I'm more passionate about managing somebody else's creation than I was at my own. Like, let's say when I was growing up, I went to high school, I was the assist guy. I'm really good at setting other people up to win, and I get fulfillment and joy out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for you, what is your signature strength? What do you find yourself at this phase of the game? What are you really good at?
Well, if I tie it back to what I do every day, we need more kids running around and being active.
Yes.
And learning to fail and learning to succeed. Also being involved and knowing that you can compete on a field, and then afterwards you can connect and make friendships.
With the same people you just competed against, right?
And you can do it, and you have those friendships for life.
Yes.
And so the spirit of the game for rugby, it gave me so much. It's given me so much. And I feel like if we can share those life skills with people, that they're going to be better people. And then the community becomes better. So it goes back to that community piece for me on, I think if I can help the community from an athletic perspective, be healthy and strong, that we can make better decisions, wiser decisions, and we'll be stronger as a community. And I've always had this strong belief that we need to have communities that are self-sustaining.
Okay.
Whether it's having the local barber or the local salon or the grocery store or the, chiropractic or the gym or whatever it is, right? There's a role for all of us to play in our community to help each other out. And if we can be there over time, then that community just stays strong. I've been lucky to live in different parts of the world and experience different cultures and communities. And the greatest thread that comes out of it is strong community.
Okay.
And I really lean in on that.
Right.
So from a business side of things, I think my strength is to understand that if we can have a strong community and we know where we're going with that clearly, then I think we'll be good.
And I think that actually, I don't know if it came from rugby, but I mean, rugby seems like it's its own ecosystem. Am I right or wrong? Yeah. Like the rugby players they're their own enterprise. I mean, it's its own thing. It's its own community, just like any other community as well. But rugby's a little bit, I mean, maybe it's the same in South Africa as it is here, but here it's on the rise. Wasn't always on the forefront, but it's coming up. The community's expanding. But yeah, that's awesome. Next, I want to talk let's talk about the vision and the mission of the Big Red Rugby and Artis Athletics. beyond your logo or your it's train. What is it? Train, play, bond. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Training is hard to do.
Yes.
You know, sometimes the members will say, I hurt
Yeah.
the next day because I'm stiff and sore. Not injured, but just stiff.
Yep. In a good way.
And so what they're doing is they're essentially building that skeletal muscle on their body so that they can function well. So even though training may not necessarily be easy all the time, it's the value, there's a tremendous upscale of value to it.
Yes.
And I see that when it comes to everything we do, whether you're parenting, whether you're trying to figure out who you are,
Yeah.
and how good you can be as a human every day. It's not always that easy.
Do you guys deal with that, training your body, your mind, and your spirit, or do you just mainly train your body? Because there's way more to the training than just your physical body.
Yeah, I would say that we do this thing at the gym where people walk in, we give, hey, what's one word on how you feel as you walk in?
Okay.
And then we have on the other side, when they're done working out, how do you feel now?
Wow.
And we've shared that on some of our socials. And it's interesting to read through the commentary there or the words because generally speaking, the after effect is a very positive, powerful word.
Just give me a few examples.
I feel terrible.
Yep, when they walk in.
Yeah, terrible. Exhilarating would be of when they're done.
After.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel tired. I feel alive. I feel sad. I am so happy now.
Right.
That would be examples.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's somewhere I feel destroyed afterwards.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's all done in jest sometimes. But to me, that is not just the physical, it's also the neurological side of things.
Yeah.
So,
And the chemical side. And it all plays together.
It does.
We're vitalistic human beings. We're not mechanistic, but everything is connected, interconnected, and interwoven. So that's the train piece. Let's talk about the play piece.
So the play piece is, I mean, what are we doing on this planet? We got to have some fun.
Right.
We got to play. Hang out with your friends, do some activities, go hiking, go mountain biking, play a rugby game, play soccer, go do some volleyball, whatever it is, go play.
And do you use that play piece in your trainings where it becomes competitive or?
Yeah. I had a great thing the other day. We do this little exercise. It's more for fun. Jim and his wife, Autumn, were on these Airdyne bikes, and we put a little foam roller in the middle of them.
Okay.
And we say, okay, pedal as hard as you can. And if the foam roller goes away from you to the other person,
From the breeze, okay.
you win. Right?
Okay.
That just took on a whole different world. Everybody was wanting in to compete against each other. So yeah.
Before you know it, you're competing and not training.
Yeah.
You forget about that. You're actually exercising and training. You're just more playing.
Yeah. I mean, our youth program, we try and implement some games for our youth so that they not only get a good workout in, but also have some fun doing some game-like activities.
There's no rugby rec league for 40 and above or anything, is there?
Actually,
no.
actually, December 26, 27, 28,
Okay.
we're going to have our very
That's
first...
the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after you had your eggnog, right? Come out and we play touch rugby.
Okay.
So it's indoors at that what's 144th and Giles, the Omaha
big
Sports
place.
Complex. We rent out that place for 3 days, and there is the social or recreational teams that can sign up to just learn the game and play. And then there's a competitive piece as well.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the play. Now let's talk about the bond. We talked about the community a little bit, but I think when you say bond, it comes in a couple different forms. One is the bond that you form and they form with each other while they're in your space. The other is as it permeates out into the greater community of Omaha or greater community in the rugby and then other sports, and then ultimately to Omaha. Talk to me about the value of the bond.
We're social creatures by habit.
Yes.
Whether you're introverted or extroverted, not having that connection with folks is not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just did a workout last week called Chad 1000X.
Chad 1000X?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's 1,000 step-ups on a box.
Okay.
It was created because Chad Wilkinson was a Navy SEAL, was in the military for 20 years, then he took his own life. And so his wife, Sarah, and someone else put together a program to help drive awareness for veterans with suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason we do the box step-ups, 1,000 step-ups is a lot, but it's not intended for you to do it by yourself.
Right.
It's intended for you to do it with somebody else or other people.
Sure.
So when things get tough, you connect and you help each other get to the finish line.
Yep.
And that to me embodies the bond piece.
Okay.
Where we go through ups and downs, we need people to socialize with, to share those experiences, whether you're happy or just okay or sad,
Mm-hmm.
and to lean in on that. And so if we can, as a community, connect with each other socially, we're going to be better off.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you're playing a sport like rugby, you connect afterwards, you make friends for life. But even in the gym, we have, moms come in with their babies, and another member's holding the baby while the mom works out, or we're holding the baby while the mom works out, and that's community.
Yes.
That's connecting.
Mm-hmm.
We have folks who are entrepreneurs in our community, and sharing that with the rest of our members is good, because then they get business through our space, but they also get to connect with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the bond piece is the foundational element to, I think, it all.
Yeah. And then you're building on top of that with the other two pieces.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys are intentional about facilitating that community piece, and that will, pay dividends. When people feel like they belong, you'll have clients for life. I'm sure you witnessed that yourself.
Yeah.
I remember when my wife, at one point she was doing Orange Theory, and they were intentionally doing socials at the fitness club. Or, they would all go someplace and meet someplace, and they were just creating this community. But the value in the bond, I completely see that, especially when you're like my youngest son. I have 3 sons. The youngest one, he wanted to be a Navy SEAL, so he went through the BUDS, and he went through Hell Week. He didn't make it through Hell Week, but he experienced it. Now he's an air rescue swimmer. But that bond piece, that runs deep. When your life is on the line and you're swimming in 40-degree water and it's 35 degrees outside of the water, or, it's incredible the value of going through tough things, whether it's adversity or a workout with somebody else. What you can do together, you can't necessarily, execute alone. But
I also think there's that piece of getting people to be okay to, like, I'll use the gym as an example. Some folks get in a rut, and then they want to go and train and work out, but then they say to themselves, I just need to get fit first, and then I'm going to go do this, right?
Good luck.
And then they'll go try some running, and they're going to try ride a bike or whatever it is. Reality is, it's intimidating to go back.
Right.
And so if you have a community that's open arms, that you can relate to or relate with, it's easier to then start up again.
Absolutely.
And not stay in that rut.
Yes.
And I wish we could do a better job on that. I wish we could communicate and educate people more to say, it's okay.
Right.
Just come in. Let's start where you're at today, and let's get 1% better.
There you go. Now that we're on the starting piece, tell me a little bit about the no sweat intro.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That just means come in and sit down and share us where do you want to be with your health and fitness.
Okay.
So,
and is that a consultation, a free consultation?
It's a free consultation.
Okay.
You come in, you sit, you tell us what you want to do. We'll put a program for you, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lastly, before I let you go, I do want to ask this question. What the similarities or the differences? What are some of them, or what's harder? What's more challenging? Building your body, bodybuilding, or building a business? Sorry, that's a tough one.
Ooh.
But they overlap.
Yeah.
They interface.
Yeah. So if I think of a business, starting a business, if it's small, you wear many hats.
Yes. All of them.
Yeah. When you're sculpting your body, there's elements to that, primarily nutrition, that plays a major role in that. So having to maybe wear the hat of, today I've got to go and find new business.
Yes.
Today I've got to go and lift weights.
Yes.
Tomorrow I've got to go and clean.
Yes.
And tomorrow I've got to go and eat healthy food.
Yes.
Or go to the grocery store and get my lean produce.
I'm tracking. Keep going. Keep working that.
There's these multiple areas, I think, that are not easy to do consistently.
Yes.
And so I think,
whether you're building your body or building your business, it takes the same discipline.
Yeah.
It's just in different forms.
I would say discipline could be viewed as focus and process driven.
Yeah.
Habits. We talk a lot about just, it's who you are. So if you're just getting up, eating a good meal, going and training, fueling your body well, generally that's going to also go into your business life and your social life and your family life in similar veins. And if we can develop good processes for all aspects of our life, and we stay focused on it, then I think we'll be fine. And then also thinking about looking in the lens from a very short window, as opposed to the long window.
Where you get overwhelmed.
Yeah, a lot of people come in like, oh, I want to lose 30 pounds, great. And they lose 2 pounds in a week, which is really good.
Pretty good.
But then they get frustrated that they're not at 30. And so we try and share with them to, let's just look in this box. And this is only 2 pounds. And then once we've achieved that, then let's look at this box. Oh, and that's 2 pounds as well. But over time, you look back and go, oh, there's 10 pounds.
Right.
That journey's been great, and you've been focused, and you've been consistent. And I think that's with business, family life, personal life, yourself. Yeah, so I think they're very relatable. If I've answered that question.
Yeah, that's great. What other principles have helped you navigate your personal life, since you brought it up, and your professional life?
Being okay to fail.
Oh, okay. Well, that comes with sports, right? I mean, even having success. I've had some people here that have had unbelievable amounts of success, and that's just as difficult to manage as the failures are when you're at certain levels of success, professional athletes and attention and media and.
Yeah. I think learning to fail, but also learning to learn from the experience.
Absolutely.
I had a great conversation with a friend earlier about another business-related topic, and just going through a journey and seeing how everything works and going, oh, is that something that we can do, type of thing. And so, learning from your experiences to me are very critical.
Yeah.
And getting clear on what it is you need to do.
Yeah. What to learn from, and then how to apply it into the next situation, right? So that we're constantly just moving forward. Give me some of your keys to success that we haven't mentioned yet. We talked about focus, discipline, grit.
I would say get up every day and try and be 1% better.
Okay. That's a key to success. Don't get so broad. Don't go 30 pounds. Let's just go 1 pound at a time.
Yeah. because when you look back, that percentage adds up.
Right.
And so you can see that growth by just doing it. People might say boring, but do the boring things. Just be consistent with it. Like work on your business, work in your business, but do it consistently. Yeah, I've gone through some interesting journeys in life and made a lot of personal mistakes, professional mistakes, and still trying to, be that 1% better.
Right.
And it doesn't become as burdensome over a period of time.
All those mistakes have gotten us to where we are right now, though, and wouldn't trade them. I mean, I look back on my life and it's like, I can see the positive, even though at the time it appeared like a negative. I know that somehow, some way, all things work together for the good.
Yeah.
As long as I don't quit.
Yeah.
As long as I stay in the fight and stay in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's led us to, we've opened up a new business now, a third business related to construction and real estate. And so that's just opened up, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us on the podcast.
Thanks.